Algebraic vectors in R2. These multiple choice questions are going to help you to review and prepare for the test. Consider position vector OP 2, 3 to answer these three questions. I'd like you to pause the video, copy the questions, answer, and then look into my suggestions. Question number 4 is we need to find magnitude of OP. In question number 5, we need to find vector perpendicular to OP. And in question number 6, we need to find a vector opposite to OP. So that is what we need to find here. So let's start with question number 4, magnitude of vector OP. Now magnitude is, these are the two direction numbers and it is from origin to this point. So the magnitude is square root of 2 square plus 3 square, right? That is the magnitude. 2 square is 4 and 3 square is 9. So we get square root of 13 as our answer. So it is option C for us. Now when you say question number 5 is vector perpendicular to OP is what? Now if you have a vector in a particular direction, then the perpendicular vector will have direction numbers so that when you multiply them, rather dot product them, you get 0, right? That is one way of looking at it. The second way is you can rotate them 90 degrees. If you rotate a vector 90 degrees, you get perpendicular vector. So since most of you have just started with vector algebra, you have not really learned dot and cross product. So we will follow rotation, the concept of rotation, right? So what happens when you rotate a point with xy coordinates by 90 degrees? When you rotate, x and y swap, right? And one of them can become negative. It depends in which direction you rotate, right? If you have a vector which is kind of like this, and if you're rotating it 90 degrees in this direction, correct? Now if you rotate in this direction, x value becomes negative. You see that part. So given vector is 2, 3, when you rotate, x and y will swap, so it becomes 3, 2, and will make negative for the x value. That is one way of doing it. The other way is you could rotate it on this direction. In that case, y becomes negative, right? So it is 3, 2, but one of them is negative. So look into the options given to us. Option B is what 3, 2 and y negative. So we select that one, right? We really didn't have the option of -3 and 2, and that's why we went back to this one, right? So option B is correct. So what we followed here is kind of important to understand is rotation by 90 degrees, right? So it could be clockwise or counterclockwise, either way. So both ways you get your coordinates or the vector, right? So whenever you rotate, then x, y swaps, right? So it becomes y and then you can change the sign. So first swap. Either one of them can be this, or you could be -yx. So either one of them is the right answer. From the given choices, we had option B as the correct option, correct? So that is how we should be solving this question. Now next question is question 6, vector opposite to OP. Now, so opposite vector means what? So if you have 2, 3, let's look into this once again. Well, let me draw it here. So if we have a vector 2, 3, that means we have a vector kind of like this, right? So the opposite vector will be right there. So that is a flip by or rotation by 180 degrees, correct? So in this case, it is, you can say, clockwise 180 degrees rotation. That is what it is, right? So when you do clockwise rotation, what happens? The points become both negative, right? So if it is 2, 3, it will remain 2, 3, but with negative signs, right? So it is -2, -3, and we get option D as the right answer. So these are very beautiful ways to understand and get to the right answer for multiple choice questions. I think that's the best way to do it. I hope you appreciate this concept and it helps you in your test. I will suggest you to subscribe to my videos and share them with your friends. Thank you and all the best.